So yeah, it's going to be in tank, so proper old school, and hopefully he will find this helpful. So first level caves, about as straightforward as it gets. There is nothing worthwhile picking up in caves because all the items in caves are meds. So you may as well just play it. It's fairly straightforward. Just get from one end to the other. Kill these bats, should you please, but you can leave if you like. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you, Joe. I'm sorry to hear you got a bit of a cold. Let's go, Nico. Thank you for the bitties. So yeah, nothing fancy. Just getting from A to B. Oop, there we go. Kill the bat here. Yeah, he's doing good. He's back to his normal self again, which is good. Definitely a relief. So you got two wolves down here. Safest ways you can either run round or just do a run and jump over here. You can avoid them altogether. So another straightforward jump here. Just hop over the bear. Oop. So you get two more wolves here. Just stand up here. And they will cause you no harm at all. Not even close. So time store here. Just side flip. And hop on through quite easily like that. There's a wolf up here, but just ignore it. If you go on the crumble tiles straight away, then it won't even get close. Then that just leaves us with one more wolf left. Still got full health. You can jump through this way, or you can run round. It makes no difference. This way's just a little bit quicker. So just get your guns out, start shooting, and he won't even get close. And that is caves. There we go. Right, on to Vilca. So you start off with 4 wolves right at the very start. So you want to make a run for that one straight away. And what I find is best is if you come over here and jump over the pool and start backflipping, they'll soon will come to you and you can just backflip away and you can take all 4 out before they even get close. Thank you, Jenny. So for this part here, what you want to try and do is keep the crumble tiles from breaking, or at the very least this one here. So you can choose to just run off here. You might take a little bit of damage, not much, but there's also like other strats you can do to like dive off of there. That's the easiest and safest one. If I die during the tutorial, I just reload. I've got like a level restart for every level. Like there's going to be some parts where I save and show different strats anyway, so this isn't like a fully active run. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to pull this block twice so you can exit the easier way. So you spawn the bat, but that bat won't get near you for a little while. So 2 keys here. So the bat's still like on its way down. So to get out of here, you just want to jump up on these, keep doing your running jumps, and then you're out. Then if you want to leave safely here, you can just roll off and grab the edge. You can do a standing jump from where I landed. But you can sometimes lose a little bit of life doing that. It's just easier doing it that way if you want to be safe. And yeah, this is all about being safe. So yeah, there's a good chance the bat will make his way up there. So he's caught up now. Once you stand on this middle tile that I'm on here, these bats will start spawning. So if you just want to take care of them before you enter the room of the wolves, then just do it now. It doesn't take 2 seconds. Thank you, Douglas. Okay, so the wolves in the next room. So you got 5 in here. So you got 1 there and 1 there at the start, and then the other 3 are down the ends. So the one on the right will spawn when I stand on this tile in front here. That one there will spawn once I go onto any other tile. Hi, doggy. So now it's active there. And it gives you plenty of time to take care of it. The other 3 will start spawning when you get about halfway across the room. So if you go through this one first, and then just keep your distance, you get full health. I'm afraid so, doggy. Yep. Let's go, Nico. So that's majority of the enemies taken care of now. You've got a few bats left that'll appear every now and then, and the bear at the end. But other than that, we're done for enemies pretty much. So bats just spawn there. Let's take care of it quickly. You'll get another bat here. Oh. GG, Jenny. Okay, so if you drop down to here, you get the shotgun ammo. This will come in handy for the next level. And you just want to drop down here safely. Into here. So there is, you can jump up to the next bit if like you do come over here and do a standing jump, or you can run around this way. I'll just go this way because I find it easier. And then just pop up here. Take care of that bat. That should be the last bat, I believe. So only enemy left now is the bear at the end. So they just run off here. We can drop down safely like this. Nothing too exciting. And now you want to make sure you are on the tile directly above this final hallway. And what you'll do is you want to get all the way to the right hand side here, and then let go. And then from here, if you just do a standing jump and then carry on with running jumps, every axe will miss her, and you don't have to worry about getting hit. You can take it slowly if you want and time it, but that way shouldn't ever fail. If you do it in a modern, you have to take an extra step after the first axe, but in tank, it'll always work. So pull the lever. So the bear's down there. So just shoot him safe from up here. It might take a little while if he's being a bit annoying, but he doesn't take many bullets to kill anyway. And then that is Vilcabamba taken care of. So nice and easy. Nothing too special about it. Every enemy has fairly safe points to be killed from. Right, so Lost Valley. To start with, just kill the wolf safely from up here. you'll find one more wolf down here, so just hop up here. And he'll eventually come around. You'll be able to kill him simply. There we go. Okay. So now we got the raptors and the T-Rex to deal with. So first raptor will be over here. Spawns like when you pretty much enter the valley area. If you're worried about him coming near you, just jump onto this thing here. Is a safe tile, but to be honest, it shouldn't really get close. Same with that one. Oh, thank you, Abby. I hope stream's going well. Okay, so we got the T-Rex here. If you just use this tile here, it's a safe tile. He won't get near you. So just stay on here and keep on shooting it until it dies. And there we go. So next week there's a raptor down here. To be honest, you don't really need to kill this one. You can just run past it, but sometimes it can cause issues. So just try and shoot it from safety from up there. If he does run off, by the time he runs down there and comes back, like, he shouldn't even be able to get close to killing you. And then just hop up here to get the first cog. Want to make it a bit more exciting, do a little flip there to climb up. Okay, so to get down, you can just like go down safely, but you can also just do a run and jump from up here, and she'll make it in comfortably to the water. So if you want to use the shotgun a bit more in the later levels, then there's no harm in quickly just nipping into here and grabbing the shotgun ammo here. It's not essential, but it might make the next level a little bit easier. There's also a secret up there where you can get some ammo, but I don't think it's that urgent. Hi Mohammed, how are you doing today? So to kill these two raptors spawn when you get to like roughly around here. Again, they won't be able to get close to you if you just shoot them as soon as Lara can lock on. So that is literally it for enemies in this level now. Every enemy is taken care of. Just in case of getting the other two cogs and putting them in now. But yeah, I imagine I'll dress up for my stream next Friday, Mohammed. Not sure what I'll do yet. I've got an idea in mind. But yeah, I'll do some sort of Halloween costume. Yeah, there is technically one more raptor lurking around, but there's not really much point in going to visit him. He'll be chilling in one of the little caves. Oop, little stumble there. So there we go. So as long as you're killing everything in these like levels, it's fairly straightforward. Just for Beardy, here is the other raptor. Steve is down here. So there's Steve. Should you wish to go and visit Steve, there he is. But yeah, there's no items down there, so there's no real point in going down there. He's just chilling. So now I just need to get back out Yeah, thank you for the good lucks, Mohammed. So you can get down safely there if you want, or you can just run off and land on that slope. She'll lose minimal damage. So if health is looking a little bit low for you, then do it a bit safer, but you'll be fine. So you can go this way, or you can play it safer and just go through that way. It makes no real difference. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, it's not advisable to bonk your head, but we're going to go for a swim. Yeah, maybe I'll let it out. Maybe I'll leave it in the recording. So just in case you missed it the first time, let's hop on over. So if you want, you can go get the shotgun now, or you can get it after you do the cold. Makes no real difference. Thank you, Douglas. But yeah, falling in the water is not the end of the world. Just means you've got to go around again. So again, if you feel like you want to get extra shotgun ammo, there's 2 more extra shotgun ammo pickups in the secret down there. I'm not going to bother with it, but if you do, you'll end up swimming for a while, and then you'll appear from up there. So you just drop down here safely. And then if you want to just hop over this into the water, you can finish the level quite easily. Okay, so Tomb of Qualopec. If once I pull this lever, it's going to spawn 2 raptors from down there. They're going to come out to attack Lara. You can take care of them with the shotgun if you like, or alternatively, if you don't want to face them both head on at the same time, run back through here. And if you stand on the tile in front of the door, they will not attack Lara. They will come down and then they'll just run off. If they do run off before you have the chance to kill them, then literally it's just a case of running off the tile, waiting for them to come back, and then running back onto it. But that's them taken care of. If you want to get rid of the boulder early as well, then quickly just come down here, spawn it, and then you don't have to worry about it later on. Okay, so gotta go do each room once. May as well do this one first. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in. If you're speedrunning, then it maybe matters a little bit more, but for just a casual no loads, no meds, you can do them whatever order you like. There we go. So what I will do is I'll do this one first, because I can show you a safe spot where you can take care of the raptor later. So what you can do here is, if you feel confident, you can do a little shortcut there to grab onto there. But should you not want to do that, rather than doing it dev intended, there is another skip you can do and it goes like this. So it's fairly straightforward. So you want to just get lower right in the corner, and aim her for like the other corner of that block there. Hop her back once, and just do a running jump. Don't press anything, and she'll land on there anyway. It's a lot easier. And just run and jump into here. And then from here, just hop on down, and then just a run and jump over to there. Say, for example, that you, when trying to get out of here, you fall off this block. Easiest way to rectify that, again, is come around here, and just come over to here, come up to the edge, and just do a standing jump there. Let's go, Lucy. Hi, Hassie. How's it going? And then, yeah, just jump into here. So when that's done, just literally jump back onto the hair, and you can fall off. So what I will have done is spawned another raptor. That will come for you from down this hallway. There is a safe space to kill it from. So if you run down here, which is where we got to go next anyway. Wait for him to come down here. And shoot. If he does get close, just hop down to here. He can't fall off the edge. No worries, Hassie. Enjoy your cleaning. Okay, so you got the wolves in here now. Like, you can do this without taking any damage, but generally it's easier to just take a little bit of damage, because otherwise you can end up fumbling around a little bit. Hey Walker, how's it going? So what I normally do is, hi Beardy, run to the corner here, and run forward a little bit, and then if you press shoot, just aim for the wolves. Because yeah, it's like minimal damage. Sometimes, most of the time, one of the wolves will come from this direction up here. They both came from that direction though, so it's a little bit weird, but again, it is minimal damage, so it's not the end of the world. And just shove this out the way. So from here we've only got one more enemy to take care of, and that's Larson at the end. And I'll show you the way of doing that without having to even get close to him. So that's all 3 rooms done. So just watch out for the darts down here. There is a secret on the left up there. It's got shotgun ammo, magnum ammo, I think. But it's also got spikes, so you will have to take full damage from the spikes getting out, unless you are unless you're aware of the strat where you can climb out safely. So if you hadn't spawned the boulder, it'd be chasing you now, which is why if you're doing this as a beginner, it's just best to get out of the way early. Watch out for the ceiling. And then from here, Larson will spawn corner as soon as like she goes off this tile here, pretty much. So you can either jump in the water, or you can just bonk into that wall and you're spawning. So if you are going to go in the water, just literally just fall in like this. But if you fancy doing a bit more stylish, just bonk the wall. And then if you just stay here, Larson cannot hit Lara, so you won't lose any health at all. So he's nearly dead. There we go. So that's Greece, Peru done, onto Greece. So lions will spawn at the start, should be 2 of them. There's 1. So your safe tile here that I like using is just this one here. Nice and safe. Like, they'll run around a little bit when they get a shot, but just fall off the edge and wait for him to come back. Hi Danny, welcome in. How you doing? See, they'll come back. Yeah, just kill them. And then just do the block pushing malarkey here. So pull it back once. Then shove it forward again. Yeah, run's going good. Like, it's just a casual tutorial to show people that are thinking about taking this challenge on, what to do, what the safe spots are. So for this next part, so Pierre can potentially spawn if you step on this tile here. The door will close, which means you have to use this lever to open it again. And as soon as you step anywhere on this grey area, Larson will spawn. So if you don't want Pierre, if you don't want Pierre to spawn now, the best way to do it is by jumping over this tile here, either to the right hand side or straight over it, pulling this lever, and then just exit in again. So I'll just save it just in case I do mess it up, because it can happen. So something like this, just jump over it. The gorillas will spawn, but they're fine. Just run on out, and as you get to here, do a running jump and grab, and she'll sail straight over the tile again. And by doing this, it means that Pierre doesn't spawn at the start, which means that you only have to deal with him once. So coming down here, there is a secret you can get, and I recommend it just because it means you have to deal with the croc. So if you hang here, pull up, and then just don't press anything, and then press jump as she lands on that second one, then you make it into the secret. There's also shotgun ammo in here, so there's a little bonus. GG's on the pyramid. And then yeah, you just drop down here. There'll be a croc down here. You can just jump over him though. Generally, he doesn't do much harm, but sometimes he can give you a nibble. So, from here, when you come into this room, you want to make sure you avoid spawning on, standing on this tile here, the middle one, as it means that more bats will spawn. It's not the end of the world, it's just less hassle. So I normally jump to the side and it avoids spawning them. So make your way down, pull the levers. A bat will spawn when you go onto this tile, but he'll make his way down later on, so don't worry about him just yet. One more here. So you'll take a little bit of damage here in tank doing this drop, but it's minute, so it doesn't matter. In modern, you don't take damage. Okay, so you can either climb up on either side. It's a little bit easier to climb up on the other side, but you can climb up here too. You'll spawn a couple of bats going this side, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. So there's the bat we spawned at the start. Let's take care of him now. And do Damocles first. So the order that you do the rooms does matter a little bit. You want to make sure that you do the Thor room last because doing the Thorum is what spawns Pierre at the end. So if you want to get out of this room safely, just go through, and as you go on a new tile, just do rolls, and then roll back, and that'll mean like the swords will avoid Lara, or if you can just you can just walk slowly. But yeah, I mean, it's not too difficult. Like, once you know where the swords are, there'll be no issue. So yeah, generally I do this room first. So here's Thor, but yeah, we do this one last because if we do it now, then Pierre will be shooting at us from the bottom whilst we do the other two rooms. So yeah, it's generally better just to do that one last because you don't really want him on your case this early in. Get off your neck, exactly. The last thing you want is Pierre on your neck. Just a footy stream. Oh, I'm nowhere near as good as footy. How you doing, Guardian? Yeah, not doing too bad, just vibing, going through the run. Nice and chilled run today. Although it's not going to be a proper run, because I will save and load for certain things to show strats. So, to get back over there, just do a basic run and jump. You can do a little walkie one or a normal run and jump. Either's fine. And just make your way down safely. Okay, so now you've got Atlas. If you've got the shotgun ammo, no harm in using it now. For the gorilla, just wait for him to get a little bit close. There we go. If you're a beginner, I'd recommend doing the boulder the safe way like this. If you feel like you can do the fast way and beat the boulder to the opening, then by all means do it, but it is a big risk. Okay, so now we go and do the final room, which is Thor. If you are able to, you can just do a fake grab down below there. But if you are not too familiar with fake grabs, then just drop down here. So you'll be able to hear two lions now. But one lion spawned when I did the Neptune room. One spawned when I did the Atlas room. So to make your way across this room safely, there's three things you can do. You can just run round to the outside wall and hug the wall, and just make sure you avoid jumping on these like grey pads. You can do dives across the room, or you can do jumps and where you grab and she won't get hit. So like this, or like this, and she'll never get hit. No worries, Lucy. Have a safe drive home. Oh, so just need to push this once. So yeah, push that one twice and make your way up here. So you want to make sure you do a full run and jump here. grab the final key, and then it's just a case of dealing with the 2 lions and Pierre. So you can try and make a run and jump back to where the med is over there, but I find it's easier and safer to do a run and jump in between where the ledge and the block is. You lose a tiny bit of health, but like if you don't make the jump up there, then it'll kill you. So it's just easier doing it this way and safer, I find. So yeah, to get out, I'm just going to show you the side of the wallway. So as long as you're touching the wall pretty much, she won't get hit. Okay, so now the easiest way I found to take care of Pierre without taking too much damage is over here. So he's right below me at the moment, so I need to be careful because he can hit me from here. So I kind of... There we go, he's moved over there. So he might get 1 or 2 shots in, but generally he'll just run around and not knowing what he's doing. So just keep your hold of action and let him do his thing, and eventually he'll get into shot and Lara can just take him on. And then once his health bar goes, he's fine. So now you can shoot the lions here safely, or if you want you can go down and take him on. So he's ran away. Let's go, Hassie. There we go. And then just whack the keys in, and that is St. Francis Folly. So as you can see so far, like my health has barely even gotten lower than like 75% health for any of it by taking it slow, making sure everything's killed. So it's all fairly straightforward stuff, as long as you know the safer strats. So there's a croc in this water. You generally can just avoid him. He won't harm you. Sometimes you can take a nibble, but if you, for peace of mind, if you want to kill him, over here is a nice easy spot to do it from. There is also a lion that does spawn around here. If you just jump up to here, you can kill him safely. So just bait him a little bit. There we go. So there's a nice easy shortcut you can do here. So what you want to do is you want to hop back here. So like Lara's back is as far as she can go, and then you want to like aim Lara at this corner so she lands on it. So if you do like a little walkie jump there, she'll land on it. Fairly straightforward. If you want to pick up shotgun shells, you can. It doesn't really make a difference. There we go. So there's 2 ways you can cross this. You can shimmy along there, get to the end, pull up, and then do a backflip and twist in the air. But if you're not feeling confident. Hi MG, how's it going? But yeah, if you want to play it safe, just shimmy across here. It makes no difference. There's also a secret out there where you can grab the... I think there's shotgun shells in there. But yeah, you can just avoid those 2 crocs down there. Ah, you're good, MG. So when you hop down here, you will spawn Pierre. He'll be down here somewhere. So just make sure you keep your distance from him pretty much. Fire away at him. And eventually he'll disappear. As long as you keep your distance, he won't get near you. And then what I normally do is if I run down here and get like Pierre out of shot, that makes him disappear. Hi Fliss, how you doing? Let's go, Hassie. So here is the shortcut here. Thank you for the lurk, MG. Yeah, he's doing good now, Fliss. It's all better. Okay, so the tutorial for this jump here. What you'll do is you want to get to the wall, hop back, sidestep, and then if you angle like Lara's parting in a hair with the nearest wall, then that like should be more enough to mean that she can squeeze around the wall and make the jump. So I'll save here and just show you a couple of times, just in case I do mess up, because it does happen. And then just like turn her in a little bit as she does the jump, and she'll make it easily. So you'll have two gorillas up here now that haven't spawned yet. So there's that one there and that one there, and that's because they spawn. One spawns when you get to like walk on this bit here. The other spawns when you climb on this bit here. So as long as you avoid these parts, you'll never have to deal with these two. So to get out of here, all you need to do is, if you are playing it safe, go this way. I might have spawned a gorilla by mistake. No, he's still not active. So all you need to do, if you don't want to spawn these gorillas, just go the long way back round this way, and they'll never spawn. But you can go the other way, which is faster, but then it does mean that they will spawn for later. So it's up to you, really. If you feel like being risky, you can spawn them. They generally don't do too much damage later anyway. So yeah, we got a couple of bats in here, taking care of them. And yeah, then just avoid the boulder. So what happens once you do this room is up here will spawn again. As does a lion. And in the background you can see Rodney now. So Pierre will be lurking around somewhere. He might be on our left here. He'll be around somewhere. There he is, all the way over there. So just do the same technique again. And yeah, see, you'll notice he never hits yet. So yeah, just ignore him. He'll go. He puts one shot, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this tile here, you can see like a bit of a square outline. This is the tile here that spawns the secret door opening. So just make sure like you're in the corner here, and as soon as you step off of it, the timer starts. So just do back flips, forward flips, side flips, and you'll make it in the room easily. So you can ignore that one because that's just the med. But it's got the magnums in here, which will be handy for later. And you may as well get to use the ammo just because it's right there anyway. If you want to get down safely here, just hop back, go onto here. Nice and easy. Oh, thank you, Hassie. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to ever learn more about triggers and stuff, TR view is really helpful for this sort of thing. And yeah, for things like no load so meds where you want to try and avoid spawning as many enemies, then it's definitely helpful. Like a lot of this, like I used to do a lot of pacifist runs. So for that sort of thing, you definitely want to spawn the least amount of enemies as possible. So yeah, this comes in handy for no loads, no mods as well. There's a few trigger tiles in Midas as well that I can go through. Okay, so then to get back out into the skip again, we're just going to run into the wall. If you don't feel comfortable, just YOLO in it. Hop back, sidestep, aim Lara's parting in her hair with the nearest wall, and then just do a standard run and jump, like curve run a little bit. And you'll see that the gorillas still haven't spawned. So again, nice and easy, never in doubt. If you do, for a peace of mind, want to kill the animals down the bottom before you do the skip, then you can do that, because that means if you fall, you don't take a little bit of full damage. There's a croc in here, but generally he just behaves. You might get one nibble from him, but generally he's a good boy. And there we go. So now you've got Palace Midas. A lot of enemies in this level. I'd say if you're a beginner, there's no harm in taking care of these all first to get them out of the way. So you've got a gorilla here. Take care of him like that. And there's another one on this side here. Took a little nibble there, but it's fine. So generally, there is a safe tile, and there is one in this level as well for the gorillas around here, which I'll show you in a second. Once I enter this room here, there's like a trigger tile. I think it's this corner here and this corner here, which will spawn 3 more gorillas by the entrance there. So we should be able to take a quick look. So there they are. They've spawned now, and there should be a gorilla and 2 gorillas in here. But yeah, there's a safe spot here. So this tile here is completely safe. They cannot touch Lara here. Hey Mazratzi, welcome in. How you doing? So if you just stand on here and kill the gorillas, they will not touch Lara. These 3 have now started to make their way in as well. So just take care of them here safely. You don't have to do this first. You can leave these until later, because you're going to be back in here later anyway, but there's no harm in doing it now. And whilst we're here as well, you may as well open the gate. Again, you can do this later, it's personal preference. No worries, Snuggles, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. So yeah, all the enemies are currently dead that are active. We will be spawning a croc next. And I like to kill this croc with my shotgun just because it's quite satisfying. And here it is. There we go. So next up we've got a few more gorillas to kill. There'll be 3 in here. I think they roughly take 14 magnum shots, so I like to kill them with magnums because you can do them with the 50 that you should start with. There we go, 14. There we go. Maybe I think it's 13 actually, but naturally she shoots 2 at a time. So there's another skip you can do here to save like doing all the pillar work. So if you just stand here and just do a... Oh, messed that up. I think it's because I did the short jump, like the walking, running jump. But if you just do a standard run and jump, it should make it easy. There we go. So just do a run and jump there. It saves you having to jump across all the pillars. So do the fire room first. So pretty straightforward, just lots of running and jumping with a grab on the end. And just swim back. There are rats in here, just ignore them. If you stay below the surface of the water, they can't get you anyway. So yeah, if you stay below the surface, the rats can't touch you. We have spawned another gorilla by going into that room, so it will be around here somewhere. There it is. So just keep your distance. Like, this is a nice big room. Sometimes he tries to run off anyway, but there we go. We've taken care of him. So now we do the shortcut again. And this time we want to pull 1, 3, and 5. So 3 and 5 go down, 1 goes back up. If you really want to, you can hop down and pull the lever here to save having to do the skip, but yeah, it's personal preference really. So just fall off of here, make your way into the spike room. Pull the lever. So yeah, the reason you want to make sure the gorillas are dead is because they can be hard work when you're in here doing the block pulling and trying to do the lever. They can really pin you in. So I'd say it's really important to make sure the gorillas are dead for that. So just take this part nice and slowly. Just and be careful, like Lara doesn't hit her head on the wall, because if she hits her on the ceiling, because if she hits her head on the ceiling, then it shortens the distance that she'll do the jump. Which means it's more likely she'll end up in the spikes. So just take these nice and slowly. Welcome back, Lucy. So let's do these nice and slow. And then for this one, as soon as you enter this room, a gorilla's going to spawn. So if you hop in and hop back out again. Hi Haley, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, if you just kill this one nice and sleepy from here, then you're in no danger. And then to get out, just walk to the edge again, stand and jump. Then if you just run off like on this corner, you'll avoid all the spikes. So yeah, naturally, if you did open up the gate there, now it would be like a time where you could avoid having to do this, and you could just go up that way. So this time you want to pull 5 up and 4 down. Now this is just personal preference, this bit. If you run and jump over to here and jump back, it'll save you having to do the block pulling out in this room here, because for some reason going onto there flips the map around so that the sand's already in here. So just make your way up this way, and then you can just do a run and jump straight up to here. Nice and simple. Okay, so we're going to do another skip in here. So the intended way is that you drop down here and you go through this gorilla and gorillas over here, and then jump across and then go round and do shimmying. That takes time and it's long now. So just kill these bats, rid of them. So what the better way is. If you kill this gorilla, hi Jenny, thank you for the lurk. Hope you're doing well. So to save doing all of that, what you can do is this: if you walk to the edge here and take one step back and then hop back, you can do a run and jump down to here. And if you hug the left hand wall, you'll take a tiny bit of damage, but it'll get you down to here and is much quicker and safer than going the other way. How you doing, Jenny? Dear Lord, it's easy. I'm showing you all the easy ways to do it, Lucy. Okay, so yeah, crumble tiles here. There's a med there, but naturally you don't need it. So yeah, if you want to just come down here safely, then there's no harm. So when you step on this tile here, so this area here, it's going to spawn a lion that comes from over here. Generally, you can either hop down onto the platform and shimmy across, or alternatively, you can just kill it quite easily by doing this. So if you just run around and stand in this corner, you just shoot the lion, and he shouldn't get too close to it. So you generally got enough time to shoot it. They was consider it cheating, did they? Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you, Jenny. He's a lot better now, which is good. Oop. So we're nearly back at the room we were in earlier. So I mean, if you want, if you can see a gorilla, there's no harm in giving it a couple of shots. Doesn't really matter because we'll kill it safely later anyway. There is a crocodile in this water, but to be honest, it's pretty irrelevant. It shouldn't attack you. He's getting pretty close, but he's going to get nowhere near, so it's fine. So pull on out. If you want to be safe and kill it, you can, by all means. There's a couple of bats here. Just take care of them. Okay, now if you want to get down here safely, just run off the edge here. You can land on the slope there, or you can land on the upper bit there, and then just get back to the safe spot again, because there will be some lions. I believe there's 4 lions in total that you have to kill at this point. So there's one. They will run off, so we will have to bait them back out again at some point. But we can do it pretty safely, because most of them will be close to being dead at some point anyway. So yeah, there's no animals at the moment here. So what I normally do is I just wait around here, and eventually they'll come back. Here we go. So yeah, didn't get close because they were taking a lot of damage. So this one, here's the gorilla from earlier that we shot in the other room. So that should be the lot, I think. There will be 2 more that spawn in the next room we go to. But again, there are safe spots in there if you want to be careful. So there's one over there, but if you don't want to take it head on, just jump up here. They can't climb up here. And then just shoot them until they run off. And then, yeah, if you want to make sure they're dead before you move on, just hop back down again, no return. So there's one taken care of, the other one would be far off. Let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Okay, I've got no idea where he went, but there's still one alive. Well, he'll be back later. So yeah, just be careful that you don't accidentally walk up on, like, pull up on the hand. So make sure you put the gold bars in facing backwards. Never do such a thing. I can guarantee you everyone has done it. There's the other gorilla, so just take care of him safely. There we go. So every enemy should be dead now. There will be one more lion that we take care of, but it'd be easy to take care of. Went straight towards him. Yeah, but I knew he was close to being dead because I'd shot him earlier. So now you pull every lever apart from number 2, which never even gets touched. Passy. And then, yeah, if you want to get down safely, you can either drop down, or you can just run jump there, and she'll get down without no damage. Yeah, there'll be a lion that's here. Just keep backing down the hallway. She should die. Kill it before it gets close. I'll do a bit of both, Hassy. Vibe while you clean. And that's Palace Midas done. Sadly, I can't now. So there's going to be a rat when you spawn going on here, so just drop down safely. It's fairly easy to kill. If you don't drop down safely, you will take full damage. Hi, Cindy. No, I'm done. I finished at 3 today. So I thought I'd squeeze one in. So if you want to drop, you can kill these 2 rats here. You don't have to. You can just drop down, and then just fall down here. So you're gonna have a rat here. Make sure you take care of him pretty quickly. Then do a run and jump to this tile here, and then literally you just want to kill everything that is moving. The crocs will try and disappear, but we can get them back. So there's a rat. I know, I'm part timer. So if to get them back, just jump over the water. That should encourage them to return. Unless I already killed it. Oh, I killed it already, so there we go. If they do swim off, just jump over the water, and they'll come back. How long were you asleep for? Let's go, Hassy. So yeah, just hop down here. And just run and jump back to here. You can jump straight over to the one over here if you really want to, but if you want to take things a little bit slower, then just do it like so. So in this next room, there's going to be 2 gorillas that spawn, as well as Pierre. So you can kill them if you want. I generally don't bother. So Pierre is going to spawn as soon as you land on this row of like tiles here. And generally the best way to take on the Cistern is just to ignore it. You can alternatively kill the gorillas, then jump over to here and then drop down and kill Pierre, but generally you can do the level with like the minus the damage that he gives you anyway. So if you just do this, you'll start taking some shots now, but as long as you keep moving, she'll only take a little bit of shots. And the benefit of leaving him here is that he won't spawn later on. Thank you, Douglas. So if you can either jump down and go up that way, or you can come over here, avoid going down the crocs altogether and just shimmy across. Whichever you prefer, really. So you'll have a couple of rats down here. If you want to kill them. I think one spawns as you enter it, another spawns as you jump down. There's spikes there, just be careful of them. There'll also be another rat here. And also another one around here. You don't have to kill them, but it'll make later on a little tiny bit easier. Don't land on the spikes. Definitely don't land on the spikes. Land on the spikes, you'll be going back to caves. Okay, so you can make your way back over and drop down safely. But if you want to mix things up, you can just do a fake grab here and get down a lot quicker. And just run off. If you did kill Pierre in the last room, he would spawn now. So if you do decide to kill him earlier, just literally pick up the key. This is when he spawns, and then just jump up on the steps here and run in. Hey Chip, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the good lucks. If you hadn't killed the crocs earlier, they would be trying to eat you here, which is why it's wise to get rid of them early. Oh, failed that. Let's try that again. Pierre can also spawn in here. So if for some odd reason you decided to kill him in both times you've seen him so far, he'll appear here as well. Oh, they got Danny Rowan, did they? About time someone actually stopped turning them down. So there's some rats in here. Again, as long as you don't swim on the surface, you'll be fine. So it's up to you where you want to jump over here. You can go the low way or the high way, makes no difference at all. And safe way here, literally just roll off and shimmy all the way to the end. There is a fast way you can do it, but it's riskier, and if you mess up you can die. So for a beginner's attempt, I definitely would not recommend it. just for the sake of saving 20 seconds. Chip says hi, by the way, YouTube. Yeah, we're making a little tutorial for like a beginner's guide to No Loads, No Meds. Okay, so now that you've got the other key, we can start getting the more important keys. The ones that will actually enable us to leave the room. If you really want the extra ammunition, there's some shotgun ammo on the levers above there. But yeah. Pierre can sometimes shoot at you from his room now whilst we're making our way here, but he's generally harmless. So yeah, just pop down here. Get the other key. There is another croc that's now active and has spawned, but yeah, he's generally harmless. By the time you swim over to here, he wouldn't even have gotten close. I don't even know where he spawns from. He's that like irrelevant, but he's around here somewhere. There he is. Just seen his tail. If you want any extra magnum ammo, there's 3 rounds of it in the secret to the left there. But yeah, personal preference. Generally, if like your health's looking good, you don't need to kill this gorilla. But if you are running low on health, or you do just want to kill it, just literally jump over, activate it, and then jump on back. Fairly easy to do. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of lions in here, but they shouldn't really cause you too many issues. As there normally is, there's a safe spot. Hey Burnsy, welcome in. Yeah, making some YouTube content today as I had a request to do like a beginner's guide for No Loads No Meds. So I thought this would be a good chance to get it done. So yeah, once you've taken care of them two, just pull the block out and finish the level. You generally don't have to kill them. More often than not, they won't hurt you because Lara is faster than them. But just in case you don't feel confident, just use that. Yeah, just in case you're worried about them, just kill them from there. Yeah, we'll keep it nice and basic. There'll be nothing too outlandish I'd do on the run. So yeah, we're nearly at like the halfway point of the run here now. Generally, like most levels aren't too difficult so far. A lot of people find Folly difficult because if fall damage if you end up falling off. Okay, so there's a croc here. Kill him if you want. It's not essential. Right. So just line yourself up to this jump and then line over, you'll avoid the darts. And just hop back. There is a shortcut you can do there, but yeah, it's not the most beginner friendly. So just pull the lever. You can also die doing it as well, so it's not advisable for a new run. So there's a rat here, but jump him on the block. There we go, anyway. So, and then just hop over to here. You want to try and not be too slow on this bit because Pierre is up there and active. And sometimes if he's in the mood, he will walk up to the edge here and try to shoot at you. So if you just make your way over fairly sharpish, this will start swinging once you stand on this tile, so you keep popped over there. But yeah, if you just play it safe, wait for the X to disappear, and you'll be fine. There's a shortcut you can do here as well, but it's risky, so just shimmy across. So yeah, give us a pull and then fills the room below with water so you can swim out. Just be careful of the croc. There's a rat here. Well, you can just ignore it, to be honest. Yeah, you got a little nibble, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, if you go up here, so this tile that Lara's on is a safe tile. The lion will come out, but the lion won't touch Lara whilst she's on this tile. So as long as you stay there, you're in no danger. So if you want to be safe here, just shoot the gorillas from down here. It is a little bit time consuming. You can risk it where you just ignore them, but it is risky, so I will kill them just so it's done. So one's dead. So yeah, just get a lock on, don't release it, and then Lara will just shoot at it when it comes into sight for her. Just keep jumping. There we go. Yeah, to play it safe, literally just walk to the edge, stand and jump, and shimmy over. Hi for that strat. So as long as you like angle her jumps here, she can make it over in tank without having to like stop and reset. I guess we were falling in. In modern, you can do it easy without having to do it. But so for this room here, you want to be careful which tiles she pulls the block on, because they open different rooms. So you don't want to go on that one. So you want to pull it on this one, which will open the one of the rooms that's got a, I think it's a silver key. Let's go Hassie. So yeah, there's a key in this room. Avoid the boulders. And then you want the far left corner. Let's go Hassie. Oh wow. So to avoid these clang doors, just run on through. So close as well. So yeah, just be careful with these doors. There is a gorilla that has spawned in here now. Sometimes he's harmless, sometimes he isn't. If you want to be safe, just stay on this tile. I don't think we've got any mods at the moment now. Haley might be lurking still. There we go. Haley's here lurking. I think Hassie has a issue to raise with you. So yeah, there's a croc in here, but generally he's fine. You can kill him if you want, but it doesn't really make too much difference. Thank you, Haley. So just be careful when you fall down here, because you can take full damage, so make sure you just end up straight in the water. So from here, we're going to go and kill Pierre for one last time. Well, I don't think we actually killed him. Oh, we killed him once. No, actually, no, we killed him a few times on this run. Or made him disappear at least, but he'll be actually dead this time. So if you get your pistols out, or if you've got magnum or shotgun ammo, that'll also work. But generally, a good strat for Pierre is if you jump up onto here, he'll generally not bob you, and he'll run into the door and leave you alone, like so. I don't know why he does it, but it means he behaves himself. Well, yeah, just end the level here, so not too bad. So yeah, once that door's open, just exit the level and we make it onto Egypt. So you can do the skip there if you know it. Then hop down here and do the block. Yeah, if you know the skip, then do the skip. Yeah, mods are exempt from being timed out. So, then you pop up, hit, try that again. There we go. There we go. So just be careful because there's a panther here. Welcome in, guys, and thank you for the raid, Abby. Hope you're all doing good. MG, welcome back. Besto, welcome in. Guardian, welcome back. Faith, welcome in. Ada, Ghosty, Ash Queen, Kuma, welcome in, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed Abby's stream. Currently just making a beginner's tutorial for TL1 No Load So Much that I'm going to upload to YouTube after. So yeah, if I start this level, just kill the Atlantean up there. It'll be fairly straightforward. Because done with an hour ago, I'll be uploading it to YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it for your next attempts. Yeah, everyone's doing good. Did a silly. I was keeping an eye out on my phone. I've got me up here. Just paused. And did notice there were a few deaths. Did you die and then just try doing levels for it? So yeah, when you enter here, if you climb up here, then the Panther down the end won't spawn until you get like halfway across. You don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, you died in Folly, didn't you? So there's a Panther here, just jump over it. Ignore it completely. And he won't get near you. There's a croc down here. Generally it's harmless, it's taking a nibble, but if you want to kill it, you can kill it. It makes no real difference. You'll get better at it soon, I promise. There we go. There's a croc in the water there as well, but it shouldn't be an issue because we don't intend on being back in the water. Yeah, you were doing so well. So you can get up to the top bit from this block here, but if you don't feel comfortable, just push it once and do it from here instead. Thank you for the resub earlier, by the way, Abby. I intend on going back to the water. If you intend on going in the water, then make sure you kill the croc so he doesn't nibble at you or your toes. So yeah, then skip down safely again. Just go this way and do some more block pulling. If you don't kill the croc earlier, you'll find that he'll watch you from the gate on the right in a minute. You don't want to get too close because he can bite you through the gate. Yeah, if you don't know Abby, make sure you follow Abby and checking out her streams because they are a vibe. So yeah, this is another little shortcut here, like down intended way. You're supposed to like push the block all the way around there and go that way, and there's like a lever in there. But you don't need to worry about that. So if you give this a pull, so what the lever in there is supposed to do is it's supposed to open these flaps here, pulls. But if you just do a run and jump onto it, it opens anyway. Is that what you're having for your din-dins tonight, Abby? Some mushrooms? So if you're worried about your health, you can come down like this way and jump over to here and slide down and go this way around. But it'll spawn another croc when you're doing a lot of risky jumps. So I like to come down this way. You lose a little bit of health, but health's generally normally alright, so it's not the end of the world. And by going this way as well, you don't spawn another croc, which is always good. So we're going to do a little flip map trick here. So you want to make sure you do this before you go any further into the next room. Let's go, Hassie, let's go, Cindy. So, if you want to use old graphics here to see, that can sometimes be wise. So you want to come down to here, as this will make the end of the level much, much easier. Let's go, Abby. Let's go, Douglas. So if you like pull up here on like the right hand side, but not too close to the wall, you want to have like a little bit of leeway. Like, for example, if you right now she's fully up against the wall, but if you sidestep left, that should be fine. Yeah, we're doing good now. He's out of hospital, so he's feeling much better, which is good. So if you pull up here and then immediately still stand and jump and hold to the right, what it does is it keeps this in like the slidey format, which also changes how the end of the level looks. And you'll notice where it's because the lights will be on in here. If the lights are off, it's not worked. Okay, so you got the Panther Pit now, which can throw a lot of people off because it is a hard jump to make this. But if you position Lara right here on the edge, so you're as far close to the edge as possible, hi Stu, and then you just run off and do a run and jump, like she'll make it every time. How you doing today, Stu? Okay, so the last thing you got to be careful of is this Atlantean that's going to be around the corner, as mummy, whatever you want to call it. So he'll run past you if you wait by that wall there. At worst, you'll take one nibble. Hi, Abby. But generally, you can get through quite safely. And then we just finish the level like this. Okay, so you got Obelisk next. I'll make it look easier. It's not too bad. The amount of times I've played this, you get used to it. You'll get like further and further each time seeing Abby. So that once we pick up this key, there's two ways you can go. There's a risky way and mainly safe way. We'll go to mainly safe way because I would recommend it for a first, like a beginner's run. Just you can avoid that croc. He shouldn't get near you, but just keep an eye out for him. I think that's also the last croc you come across in the game. So yeah, if you're feeling brave, you can go this way, but you do have to face this mummy. If you want to play it a bit safer, come through this way and do the Panther room instead. So there's two Panthers that'll be here. Shoot them safely from here. If you're unlucky, sometimes they can nibble you on the platform if you're right on the edge. So just be a little bit careful if one gets close. But generally they should behave. There we go. Then we just climb our way on up. So when we get to the top here, there will be an Atlantean. So I'll use my magnums for it, just because they can be a little bit dangerous sometimes. But if you stay like right to the edge of the platform here, you can just shoot at it, and if he gets a little bit close, you can just hop back off. But like as you saw, then he didn't really get close. Okay, so next we go the secret way to get down to the next areas. So from here, just do a running jump. Should be able to make it without a grab, but if you want to feel a bit safer, do a grab, and then do a running jump down to here. You'll take a little bit of fall damage here, but it's a very minute amount. So I like to get this one next. So if you jump to this wall and press grab, she'll slide on in, and you'll end up in the room earlier where you could have gone had you chosen the risky way. That mummy won't spawn because his trigger tile's down in the hallway. So now we want to jump across to there. An easiest way to do this room is with a fake grab. If you don't feel comfortable with a fake grab, it's a case of you have to go all the way along here, round to here, drop down, shimmy across, drop down, shimmy across, drop down and do a run jump to here. Or alternatively, you can just do this, which takes like 2 seconds. And then to get back, once again, you can either go back the safe way that you came if you took the long route, or there is a quicker way which involves just jumping to here. It's not like the most difficult jump. It should be easy enough for anyone to do that once they've had a bit of practice with it. And then, who wants mushroom pasta? I don't like mushrooms, but I do like pasta. I don't know what I'm going to have for tea later. So from here, you just do a run and jump, do some shimmying. Let's go Bester. No, I don't. Childish taste buds. Hey, Chimpy. Doing good. How you doing, Chimpy? You're a fun guy, Joe. So you pull this lever around here, and it'll change that slope down there. 2 stairs. Beans and mushrooms sounds absolutely disgusting. So there's going to be an Atlantean up here, a mummy up here. You can like jump and shoot him from where you pulled up, or alternatively you can stand here. This door is a safe spot. Hi Zoomy. I'll just come down to blue. Oh, how lovely a blue. Yeah, tutorial's going good. I haven't died yet, which would have been naturally quite silly. So I'm quite glad of that. And now to get down safely again, because all the levers are done, just come down to here and do a run and jump. You'll take damage if you don't land on that slope, but it's a very minor amount of damage. And then once you grab these, the door should be open. And you can just hop down here and go for a little swim. There is some magma on the way down here. You can grab it if you want. There's no harm in grabbing it, so you get plenty of oxygen, so I think there's some more over here. Oh, that's a med. There you go, some more magma. So there's an Atlantean in this room, but you can use like the pool as like a safety area for this room. Normally, if I've got some shotgun ammo left, I'll use it on this guy because I won't use it again. Yeah, try and avoid putting that in the tutorial. There's some more magma back in that room as well if you want to grab it. And then just pop the items in. I did. You're correct, Abby. So the start of the next level will be the first area where you don't get a safe tile to kill the enemies. Like, you essentially have to hope for the best a little bit. But there is kind of a strat that works. Like, sometimes the enemies just don't play ball, but it should be fine. So normally I like to keep this door open. You could keep it open by not standing on this row of tiles here. Just because it creates extra areas for the Atlanteans to run around in. So as long as you avoid that like row kind of near the door, then you're good. So you want to make sure you got your magnums out here. So 2 Atlanteans are going to come down the hallway here, and if you get to like around here and then start walking backwards, they generally behave themselves, and you can keep your distance. They like follow like what Lara's animation is. So that's the easiest way to deal with them. Sometimes they can just rush you, and you have to do your best to avoid them, but generally that's the safest strat. Why it works, I don't really know, but it does. Rush. Okay, so we need to make our way down because there is an Atlantean or Atlantean mummy, whatever it is, down the bottom. I think they're Atlanteans at this point. So normally he's right by the door. So what I do is I roll down here, and he'll, as long as he's not too close, he'll like go into like a little shoot animation. And you can take care of him by using side flips. I could do the old side flip strat here. Yep. So yeah, you want to pop yourself up here. Whoa, don't go too far. Yeah, this isn't tank because I know a lot of beginners use tank, so I thought best to do it in tank. Okay, so when you pull this lever, an Atlantean is going to spawn. You can jump down safely because he is coming for me at the moment. So to get down safely, if you like do a jump to like where this slope here is, and then jump down to here, like just ignore him. So don't go down there. So if you just like do a roll off and come to here, you're fine. Not necessarily beginners use tank, but the person that requested that I do the tutorial uses tank. And a lot of people that would have played a long time ago would use tank if they were playing this game for the first time. So just use your magnums again. Avoid the splash damage. Yeah, like essentially a lot of the strats are the same for modern as well, so it shouldn't make too much difference if you're using modern. So once you've killed that guy, just hop to here. That was a good one, Douglas. Fair play. So when you get to here, just hop over there, because otherwise you've got to deal with the clang doors. Okay, and when you pull this lever here, if you do a side flip, you'll end up down here. Now, sometimes you can get lucky and the flying Atlantean that spawns will get stuck in the wall, and it looks like that may have happened. If you want to be certain, like this will be where he gets stuck. You can see his little gnashes there hanging out. Sometimes he doesn't. Generally, oh no, wait, oh, he didn't get stuck. Okay, so that's fine. We can still deal with him. So just keep an eye out for him. I think he's behind me somewhere. So yeah, my plan is to finish this run and then I'll upload it to YouTube pretty much straight away. So there he is. Normally, if one of these is alive, I like to kill them on top of these Sphinx legs, because if they land, I can fall off the Sphinx leg, and it means that he'll then start his flying animation again, and it gives you a bit of chance to get away. Whereas if you kill him on the floor, then you don't really have anywhere to go per se. He can just follow you around. Yeah, when it's uploaded, I'll put a link to the run in my Discord page. If people want to check it out, that may have missed the start necessarily, or want to use it for future reference. So grab the key. So when you get to here, there is a centaur that is... Yep, Rollins is barking downstairs. There's a centaur in here. You can kill him from out here fairly safely. You can go in there and side flip and kill him, but it's a little bit riskier, whereas if you just do it here... sometimes he'll shoot at you from here. If he does, just jump in the water and go around again. What is an Elvis? Yeah. He's a Cavapuchon. So he's a mixture of three breeds: King Charles Cavalier, Bichon Frise, and Miniature Poodle. There we go. So he's nice and easy to kill. So you can either jump in the water or you can jump down here. You'll lose a little bit of health doing it this way, but... Oop, that's not the end of the world. So just jump down safely. Get the extra ammo here. Oop. So now we need to make our way back up to the Sphinx on its back. You can if you want, yeah. What is this dog barking at? No idea. No one outside, so I don't know why he's being a pain in the ass for. Crisp percent. So crisp percent means I'll put the wig on, but yeah, don't redeem it this stream because obviously I'm making my video. So yeah, save it for the next stream, best do. So to get to the next room, you can go like all the way around this way, but there's a lot of like jumping involves a lot of potential death. Whereas this is quite easy to do. If you just walk to the edge here, hop back, and then just do a running jump and press nothing, she'll land up here. So it's nice and safe. So there's going to be another sensor here. So again, you can go into the room and side flip to and kill it. But this is much safer. Hi, Cindy. There we go. Let's go, Cindy. Let's go, Douglas. So to get back, you want to make sure you come this way, because if you slide down that slope, you're going to spawn another Atlantean on the back of the Sphinx here. So you don't want to do that ideally. So now we've got both anks, we can pop them in. Me and Chris dressing up as each other. So yeah, just be careful on the back here. Oh, I don't think I'd be able to get that handsome as the issue. So yeah, to get down, just slide down this way. Shouldn't take any damage. There is some extra magnum ammo here, which I think I'm going to need. So I'll just grab it just in case. Oh, could you imagine? Well, when I do hit 500 followers, there will be another quiz stream. So maybe I'll do something cosplay for that again, because obviously I did Winston before. I know I've spoken to Abby about one of the ideas I've got a while back. She said it sounded good. So there's going to be a flying Atlantean in here, but I never kill it. So what I generally do is you spawn it here, and then I just wait like a few seconds, because what he does is like he flies around the room, which gives him like space away from Lara, and then it gives you a chance to just drop down safely here. Whoa! See, I would do cosplay for TR30, but there's not many outfits like that. like guys can do, because but obviously there's Winston, but Winston got done like really well this year. And like there are a lot of Curtis there's a lot of Curtis strengths, weren't there? See, I'm not sure what I'd do. Like maybe I'd just not do any character altogether and just be like an enemy or something. Yeah, you did so good though, Abby. Like, be the dino. Okay, so this last part can be quite tricky. So grabbing this spawns a centaur and two Atlanteans. So the centaur can't come down here, but the Atlanteans can. So what you want to do is you want to get like back, use your back to the wall here, and shoot the Atlanteans as they come down here. And then if you side flip when they get close, you end up on a safe tile where they can't follow. So do this. So they can't follow any further than I think it's 2 steps down the slope. And then before I go back up, just check to make sure there's no like waiting pants on you. There we go. So they've both gone again now, and now just repeat the process. There we go. So they're both dead now, I think. And now it's just a case of so it's at 1 hit from the sensor, that's fine. So if you just do your side flips, you're rarely going to get it. And it's simple. Yeah, there were a lot of Curtises. I think that's the issue, is that there is not the largest amount of male characters in the TR franchise that you can do. Okay, so you got Larson here, but if you just fall off and run at him, like by the time he's turned around and mess around, he won't even touch you. So, okay, so moving on to Natla's mines now. Lara won't have any of her guns at this point, so we've got to try and work on getting them back. But we'll only pick up our pistols. The rest we don't need to worry about. It is possible to not grab any guns at all, but that involves a pretty tough jump. That's probably not ideal for beginners, whereas this way, albeit a bit longer, is definitely much safer. So start with pulling that lever. We're going to do a little skip here, where we're just going to jump over to here. If you land on this slope, let me just try that again. So if you do fall in, just roll on out over here, and just shimmy on over. You can make it to the flat tile here too, but if you find it easier doing that, then just go for that. So this is all pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing that like you wouldn't do in a normal like run, a casual playthrough, speed run. You'd have to do this part. So just make your way down here, and first thing we're going to go do is go grab the oh, watch out for that. go grab the first fuse and pull a lever down here. So if you ever did feel brave enough to do the skip, it'd be down here that you do it. So yeah, if you feel brave enough, you can make the jump to over to the switch over there. But if you don't, make sure you pick up that fuse and you don't go any further than the fuse, because you will spawn Cowboy. There is Uzi ammo on the floor here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it, just because there's no harm in doing it. It's right there. We're not worried about time. So now we have to make our way over to here. Pull the block out. There we go. So now we've got to make our way back to where we were earlier. And when we're over here is when we can get pistols. So pop up out here. So yeah, they're up there, the pistols, as I'm sure you're all mostly aware of if you've played this casually. So we're going to get this fuse first. So that one's going to go by. So normally I pull up here, because as soon as you pull up here, the second boulder that you got to race, it's going to start rolling, and you can make it through quite comfortably. Do I do it that way? There's going to be a couple more boulders here. So just spawn the first one. You don't have to worry about the second one. Just pop on over to here, and it's just going to roll by the side of you. And you want to be careful dropping down here. I always say go down safely there, because if you just run down, you can actually take full damage. And it's like unnecessary full damage you don't really want to be taking. There we go. So grab the other fuse here, then we can go get our pistols back. Ooh. Little bunk there. There we go. And final one here. There is Magnum ammo behind us, but we're not going to use the Magnums for the rest of the run, so I wouldn't bother wasting your own time grabbing them. So grab the pistols from in here. And now we can go and face Cowboy. Oop, get through the door, Lara. There we go. So the best strat for dealing with Cowboy is essentially just keeping your distance, similar to what you do up here. It can be a little bit trickier because there are a lot of pits that have lava in nearby, but it's still fairly straightforward. It's not the end of the world if you do take a couple of hits. So you want to come around to here, get a lock on, and then just keep your distance here. If you notice that you get the odd shot in, then... Oh, this isn't good. But if you notice he gets close, just get your distance. Just get as close as you can to the hallway as possible, and then like try and push him back if you can. Because then that way he should stop to try and shoot you again. Because we still have a shot there, so we definitely need to get back again. Again, this isn't the end of the world taking these many shots. Like, this is perfect, really. There we go. So, Skater Boy's, Cowboy's dead now. Just be careful of the areas where there is the lava traps. He does drop his magnums, but we're not killing anything else in this level, and by the time we start the next level, we'll have to use these anyway. So, we don't need them. So, to drop down there, you just grab the edge and let go and grab again. Fairly easy. We'll just shimmy on over here. There we go. And do some more shimmy in here. And then when we get to like this muddy little platform here, we can do a little walking, run and jump, and then just drop and let go and go into that one. If you try and do it like a normal run jump there instead of the walking run jump, she generally gets stuck on like the lip of the slope that she runs off from, and she ends up doing a standing jump, which can look a little bit scary, but she still does make the jump, so it's not the end of the world if it does happen, but just an advanced warning that will happen if you try it. So yeah, be careful around here because there is some platforming by the lava. So what I normally do is I just hop back and then take an extra step, and we do some more of the little walking jumps. And then we'll be able to make it over nice and safe. Just make sure you take the correct path, because if you don't take that path, you will end up sliding into lava. For this part here, just literally run down the slope, don't press anything, and she'll land safely, and just hop on over. So the next part here, not the most interesting, just some block pushing, some block pulling, should I say. Yeah, put it one more time, that should be enough. There we go. So when we come up here now, there's going to be a boulder that spawns when we jump over the lava halfway. You want to be careful with this boulder because you can think you're in a safe spot, but it can still kill you. Like if you are like close to the edge here and it comes down, it will kill you. So make sure you've got like a good distance away from the boulder, just to be safe. Because I've seen even the best runners get killed by that boulder by being too close. So if you had done a skip, this is where you would come out to. So you'd be saving yourself from doing all of that. So now we're on our way to the cowboy encounter. So generally he will come from the right hand side in the middle, but I have noticed on more recent patches he has started coming from the front a lot more. But this side he's coming from the right hand side, so that's best case scenario, because it means he has longer to escape. So you want to jump over like these grey patches here. Those are what spawn the boulders at the top. Just be careful you don't jump at the end, because you want to make sure you spawn this last boulder, because otherwise Lara won't jump up. So I will just show quickly now that we're safe. So there are these boulders here. If you stand on this tile here, that's got like the little lava bit, it'll spawn. And then same for this bit here. So if you jump over those, the end boulders won't spawn. Just make sure you don't jump after this bit, because the trigger tile for that boulder there is around here, and you need that to spawn. Otherwise, you can't actually pull up here. So it's important that that remains touched and you do spawn it. So from here, just be careful coming up. It's not anything too complicated, as long as you take it slowly. And then, yeah, from here it's just the standard block pushing. And we are going to do a little bit of a shortcut at the end, so that we don't have to fight the big bold guy at the end. And the skip, you can try as many times as you like. If you fail it, you can start the skip again. You're in no danger of dying, but by doing the skip, it's one less enemy to fight. And to be honest, from here, it pretty much guarantees that you will be making it to Atlantis, because it is pretty tough to kill yourself from this point onwards for the rest of the run if you do the skip. Pull this lever. So you can do the skip here by, because there's a time door at the end here that will, so the door opens on when you're on this tile, and it closes when you're on this tile, but you can manipulate it so that you time it, so that you make it through, like so. It's not the most difficult. If you fail it and the door does close, just go back and retry it. If you want to play it safe, just jump up a third time, and then run and jump to here. Again, don't touch anything, she'll land safely. You might have to slide down and start it all again. So final piece of this level is just getting the items and getting out of here. Feel free to grab this Uzi ammo. There's, again, no harm in it. We're in no rush. As you will be using Uzis a lot in Atlantis. So next up we've got Atlantis. So what you want to do is, firstly in this room, only 5 of these pods are actually going to open up. This one here we can completely avoid, but whilst we're down the bottom at the start here, you're going to want to take care of 3 of them. So it's going to be this one, and the one down the bottom. So you just run forward there slightly. His RNG can be a little bit shit sometimes, but generally he's not too bad. This guy just forward and then just do the side jump, sorry, and then same with this one, just get in range so that you burst and then hop back. Generally they're not too bad. So next, we'll do the levers up here, and as soon as we pull, I can't remember if it's the first or second lever, but one of the levers. Once we pull it, the other 3 eggs, I guess, incubators become active. So not active at the moment. So it's this one. So when you pull this one, they become active, and as soon as you go near them, they spawn. So we've got a flying one that's going to come here, but he's generally not too bad. Just need to try and get a lock on him. Start throwing peoples, just do the side steps. And then this guy, he's going to try and come at the top, so just get a lock on him as soon as Lara can. Because the Uzi's so powerful against them, there's a good chance that he won't even get close by the time Lara kills him. There we go. So no damage at all in this room, but RNG can play a big part sometimes. That was pretty good RNG, to be fair. So when you come out of here, you want to go in this way. So you go through the secret. There is a flying Atlantis, you can hear it at the moment, flapping around. If you go this way, you avoid the clang doors, so I always find it's best to do it this way. Some Uzi ammo there should you require it. So for this part here, just get about halfway along this tile. The safest way here is just to grab, let go, grab, and grab again. You can fake your grab, wait your way down there if you feel comfortable doing fake grabs, but that way's never going to let you down. So I normally grab these as well. If there's ammo literally anywhere in your path, I would just say rule of thumb, grab it, because it's there. It's better to have too much than not enough. So this guy here, he's no harm at all. Just grab the ledge and keep on going. He can't follow you through here. None of the float Atlanteans can get through the hallways that are this small, so it's not a problem. So I found the safest way to do this bit. So the timer's started for that door now. Don't worry about the secret up there, it's just a waste of time. And you won't need it. So rather than doing like all the slopey jumps up that you can see like the cutouts for, just do a run and jump to this one. You carry on your run and jump, and you can do it really easily there. And there's a nice little skip we can do here now that it's very easy to do as long as you follow these steps. Saves having to jump over lava later on, which is always good. So you want to get Lara's head like lined up with the middle part in with like where the wall is. Then you hop back, jump in the air once because it pushes her forward a little bit. Do the jump and fail. Let's try that again. I think I was aiming slightly too far to the right. So that's do it again. So we'll aim it slightly to the left of the thing there now. So do the jump in the air. And there we go, we're in. So nice and easy. So pretty straightforward here, just pull the lever. So this part here, so currently when I get out there's going to be two flying Atlanteans around, that one down there and this one up here just waiting to spawn. So the way I do this, to ensure I don't mess the jump up and pick up ammo, is I will run out here. As soon as you run onto this tile, the clang clang doors will start, so make sure you don't stop like in this doorway. Grab these and then I do like a walking run and jump straight over to here, and then that way I know that is the perfect distance and it'll get me there safe. So it looks a little bit like this. Just ignore those Uzi ammo because you just want to get inside now, because there, as you just seen, the flying Atlantean will eventually start closing in, but that method's normally pretty foolproof. So for this room you want to make sure you pull the levers in this order, so that one there, so as you come in on the left, this middle one, and then this one on the far end. So this one on the far end will activate one of the incubators for the Atlanteans, but by the time you get in the water he's no danger to you anyway, so we can just carry on. Okay, so boulder part here, so you can skip the trigger tile here that spawns the boulder. I don't really see much point if you're playing it slow. Just pick up the use the ammo there because you get a double, and then just run at this wall and do that. The reason I'd say don't skip the trigger tile is because there are multiple trigger tiles in that room, and if you stand on another one you could actually get killed by the boulder. So be careful here because you've got the flying Atlanteans and another one has just spawned. So just come into the hallway and be fine. This room, what we're going to do is we're just going to slide down this part and land over here and just keep on running through, because these two are both going to hatch as soon as you enter the room pretty much. So there'll be no danger as long as you just keep on running. They won't harm you. In this room there's 4 enemies. The first enemy that we're going to want to deal with is the enemy that is up here. This guy here. He has got multiple spawn tiles, but he is relatively easy to kill. So I always like to take care of him first, just because then it makes you can take them one by one. He spawns when you stand over here and also on this tile here. If you think you are a bit more advanced, you can avoid all his spawn tiles and jump from here and land onto there. But as he's so easy to kill and this is a beginner's guys, I just say kill him. So get him out of the way, because if you make a mistake there, you'll spawn them both at the same time. See, before he even got close he's dead, so it's not worth the risk. So next up, just jump to here and this one will spawn. So it comes out straight away, start shooting. He normally just flows around and goes up into the ceiling there. You should be able to get him before he goes into the ceiling. Just let him do his thing, he'll come out. There we go. And the last 2 enemies in this room on the other side of this wall to the left of me. And we take care of them like this. So what we'll do is try and get a lock on of them, but eventually they will start firing at us, in which case you want to then start like hopping backwards. So once you let them fire, get straight with the ramp So I took a little bit of damage there, but it's not the end of the world. So there's one down. You want to make sure you only deal with one at a time, because they won't attack you until you start shooting them. So it's best to just do them one at a time. There's another one up there. He's just being a little bit sneaky. See, there he is. There he is. He's creeping around a bit now, so just be patient. He'll come. There he is. So he's starting to shoot. So just make sure we're straight, and we'll take care of him by hopping back, because he'll go out of range. Lara will go out of range for them eventually. So they stop shooting you then. Ooh. So watch out for the slope there. Give this block a pull. So you want to be careful here, because there are a set of clang doors here. So just make sure you use them carefully. Like so. Nice and easy. There's some more Uzium up here if you really want it. So you can grab this Uzium if you want, it makes no real difference. So another Atlantean will spawn there, so make sure you get in quickly, because they can land on you. So you can hear them flapping away out there. So for this bit here, just a run and jump to this one. Stand and jump to this one, and then you want to do a run and jump to this one here, because if you mess it up like that, you're going to land on there, whereas if you try and jump to that block on the right, you could end up in the lava. So definitely aim for the hole. So walk to the edge, stand and jump, and then do a little run and jump here. And then, so in this hallway you've got the infamous 3 triplets that are all up there waiting for us. But again, there is a safe way to kill them. What you want to do is just use your side flips, and you want to try and hug this wall initially, and then side flip left to right there. Because if you don't try and do it in the middle, she'll hit inevitably bonk on these, and it'll cause her to stumble, and she'll then take damage. So a little something like this. So come to the wall. Perfect. Just keep doing the side flips. And there'll be no issue whatsoever. Like so. So we're easily over halfway through Atlantis now. We've only taken a very minute bit of damage, so it's not the most difficult level. So there's some more ammo over here, so quickly grab it and then head into here. There's going to be another Atlantean here. The best way to deal with him is to wait for him to spawn, and then I literally just like do a little status forward and you take care of him pretty quickly. Best way to deal with this, just come up to this part here and hop back. It'll spawn the boulder and disable the clang doors. Lara. So next thing, we've got another little skip here. So you're supposed to go down one of those 2 doors and go through a little trap to get to a lever that opens the actual door. But if you come up to this block here and pull up on the left hand side and do a side flip, then she can just hop up like so. and this is where she would inevitably end it anyway. So it saves a lot of time and a lot of danger. And now the door will be open. So in this next room, we do have one centaur and two potential Atlanteans. But we can avoid the two Atlanteans spawning. I think one of them's a flying Atlantean. So the way we do this, essentially ahead of us there, the centaur is going to spawn once we stand on this row here, just past the red slope of tiles. So the way we can avoid damage here is we just jump over like this, just do a couple of pop-backs, and then when we're in the safe, we just do our side. As always, we suck one hit, that's unlucky. It can happen. Important thing to note, once you stand on this tile here where the lever is, the other two become active, but they only spawn if you were to jump in this room or to stand on the red slope. So if you avoid doing both those things, they won't spawn. But if I jump here, you can hear them spawn. So make sure you don't do that. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so be careful of those two. Luckily the spot I'm on here, the slope, is a safe spot. So if you're in any danger, like I just was, use this safe spot. I'd recommend killing them if you're a beginner, just because if you fall off the edge, in this room, you're not going to encounter any Atlanteans. So we've only got one more room left to do after this one. So fairly straightforward, this room now. So there we go. Bacon Lara is dead. So we'll just hop on over here. So we've got the last room here. And how the trigger tiles work in this room. There's going to be a centaur and an Atlantean. The centaur will spawn once you go past this like slopey bit here. He's down there. And the Atlantean is here, and he'll spawn when you... The kind of thing is about when you go on the line with the Uzi ammo here. And the strat we're going to use is, if you come to this tile here and look at the Atlantean from here, the Atlantean will just shoot at the wall, which means that Lara basically can just kill it without having to take any damage at all. And she'll be able to do that fairly quickly before the centaur comes round. What I always do is I kill the Atlantean, and then as the centaur's coming round, I will do running and jumps round to here, and I can use these tiles here safely with the side flips, so we can kill the centaur safely. So let's do a little something like this. So we go here, the Atlantean can't hit us, but he shoots the wall. As soon as he's dead, the Atlantean might shoot us once or twice, but it's fine, he missed us both at that time. So just get to about here. Let's do something. This might take a little bit of splash damage if you are close to the wall like I am here. So I didn't get the best position in. But it's dead anyway. We've still got plenty of health left, and that is pretty much all the danger of Atlantis done. So that's just a case of pulling the levers, and we're out of here. There's extra Uzi ammo here if you need it. So, as we go into the Great Pyramid, it's going to equip Lara's pistols again. So, as first thing you want to do for the torso fight is equip your Uzis again straight away. And the best way to take on the torso is literally to take it nice and slow. So, wait until he gets a bit close. It's actually quite good RNG to take to a while to get over to here. So I'm going to side flip, and then I'm just going to disengage, put my guns away, not worry about him. Just turn around, get my guns out again when I know I've got a room, and then I'm going to do some side flips here, because we need to keep as much health as possible for pyramids. We've got to take some force damage there. Plus we have to fight them at the end. Okay, so this doesn't look a great position here. So we're going to disengage until we get a better spot. So he's still kind of circling at the moment. Is this any better? Not really. So let's try this again. Still not the best position. How's this looking? Now looks better. So now we just engage again. Carry on safely. He's not really doing much danger. Like his AI is pushing him into areas where he's not going to get us. So now that he's dead, he is going to explode. So you want to try and make sure you are hanging off the edge so that it minimises the chance of you getting hit by one of his body parts. It can still happen, so I nearly got hit then. It's purely luck. There's no 100% way to not get hit, but we got lucky that time. There's extra ammo around the sides of the platform there as well if you do need it. But clearly we've got plenty, so it's worth picking up. So you can hear the clank clank door that's above us at the moment. I've got a safe way that will get us through there, because it's probably the hardest clank clank door to get through. Minus probably the ones in the secret in Palace Midas that we didn't go through in this run. So what you want to do is get to like just in front of where the crumble tile is, and we are going to do a running jump as soon as the doors start to close. So let's go something like so. So 3, 2, 1, and we'll go. And she makes it through. So no damage taken at all so far, which is just what we need. Wall there. So there is a bit of lava around here, so just be a bit careful because people have accidentally gone in there. So yeah, like I said earlier, there is going to be some fall damage in this level, and you do have to take a bit of damage from one of the darts later on. So it is important you try and keep as much health as you can for Natla at the end, because if you get bad RNG with Natla, then it can go a bit pear-shaped. So from here, you just do a standing jump to here, do another standing jump to here, and then do another one over here, just being careful of the embers because they will damage you. And then just do a running jump over here and you'll avoid all of them altogether. So we've got a boulder here. It spawns on the second tile up. So just do a little roll, get yourself to safety. There we go. Make sure you're as far away as possible, because if you do get clipped by it, you will die. This one you have to go a little bit higher up for, like so. But again, you've got enough time to get around. All there. So here's the force damage. Just make sure you drop safely for it. You minimise as much damage as possible. So from here, drop down to the right. Oop. Try not to waste too much time, because there are Atlantis that have spawned at the top that will shoot down at you if you do take too long. So now we're at the dart section. It is possible to avoid the last two with the right strats, but I generally don't think it's really worth the risk for a normal no loads no meds, only really in New Game Plus. So you can skip the first dart by jumping past it, the second dart you have to take damage from, and then the third and fourth one is just pure luck pretty much. So you want to aim Lara to be land at the wall just past the first dart. Like so. So we avoided one dart. This one we have to take damage from there, and then, yeah, these two, it's just pure luck if you can get through. So we did take it on that one, so that's great news. We have taken on that one. So we took one, so that's certainly not bad. And then you want to let go here. You want to press jump straight away, and she will land perfectly in front of the other darts that are currently active in this room. So if I jump and press nothing, she lands in a safe spot. And then from here, there's going to be a boulder that spawns on our left. Just let it roll by, take your time. And we're going to jump to that tile over there, so wait for the axe to go away, so there's no danger there. And then what we'll do is we come to roughly about here. And then we're just going to do 2 standing jumps over the spikes. So 1, 2. I did was a little bit too close to the spikes there, so I took a tiny bit of damage, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so from here, I always find the safest way is if you just do a running jump to the crumble tiles here rather than trying to do the standing jumps over there, because it's a little bit awkward in time. And then you can just do a running jump off here. Nice and easy. From here, just do a standing jump, standing jump, standing jump. Oh, it took a little bit of an ember hit there, not the end of the world. And then you want to jump to here. Now, the next part is where we got like the real run of traps. And you can break them down so it's not all one big hectic motion. So here we've got the swinging axe and the boulder, but we can actually take the axe bit a lot slower. So if we shimmy all the way across to here, and we stop, and then we let go, if we do 2 side flips to the right, we'll actually jump over the boulder. So that means we can go through the axe at our own pace. So it looks a little bit like this. So we avoided the boulder, and now the axe we can just go through as we please. And then from here, just keep on running. I generally would say keep on running here as well, because if you stop, that axe there can sometimes graze you, where if you keep running, it should never hit you. This room, the lavas, just do running jumps. Running jumps will never get you hit in there, so nice and easy. Do the door. So from here, just do a run jump and just keep on running, and then you just want to walk to the edge, do a standing jump and grab so that that boulder goes overhead. And now we're safely through this bit. And then up next, one of the final traps we've got is the fire. But if you just do a running jump, she'll avoid it easily. Do a little run forward here, we'll hop over, walk to the edge again, hop back, hop over again, which leads us up to the last section before we end up getting to Natla. The best way I found to do this, if you walk to the edge and just do a forward jump and do a fake grab, so just tap X, don't hold on to X, otherwise she'll grab the crumble tile. Then she floats down nicely into the water. You'll be able to see my controller on the screen, so you'll be able to copy essentially what I do there if you're unsure how I'm doing it. And now we're on to Natla. So there's a couple of extra bits of ammo here if you do need it. Naturally we don't. Normally Natla takes, if you've got about 400, you're normally good for Natla. And the best way I've found to deal with Natla is because her RNG can be a little bit difficult at times. She can be a bit rogue. So if you go to like this slope here and you jump, you should lock on to Natla. And for the starters, Natla will just shoot the wall, and then inevitably she will start flying backwards. So just do your side flips if any meatballs make its way through. There's plenty of time to see them coming because it's not a long way to travel. But just keep shooting in, and she will inevitably die. And then once she does go down, I find the best way to deal with her second stage is over here, because it's got like a lot more room over here. You're not gonna like bonk into any of the pillars or land on a slope. So she started shooting me already, so we've got a lock on her, and we'll just do a side flips once again, and she's never gonna win. Her RNG can be a little bit rogue sometimes. She can get like really close. If that does happen, it can be a little bit of a danger. But yeah, you just want to try and keep your distance from her as much as possible, really. So now we just do a run and jump from here, and we're just making our way out now. Nice and easy stuff. Nothing fancy about this. So hop up here. Got a few more jumps to go, and the run's done. So just going to go to the edge here. So we line Lara up. That looks perfect. Just going to do one of the walking run jumps. I'm going to do the same here. Just line Lara up safely. And once again, line her up safely here. And you don't need to grab here, but if you are a little bit worried, there's no harm in doing it. And then now we're just on our final stretch round before we make our final jump. And then hopefully if you've managed to replicate most of the strats I've done during this tutorial, you'll be able to celebrate completing a no loads no meds run. You always want to make sure you grab that edge there and don't fake grab, because you can kill Lara by doing a fake grab there, apparently. So make sure you just do another full jump there and then celebrate, like, run, well done. And that is essentially how to complete no loads no meds for Tomb Raider 1 with some strats that aren't risky at all. If you have found the run helpful at all, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully we'll be putting out more of these guides and some other speed runs. I also stream 3 or 4 times a week on Twitch, so feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/JoeF93. I'll put my Twitch link in the description. And yeah, hopefully you found this helpful, and I'll catch you all next time.